Hello and welcome to this new video. Today we will see how many pages a good website should have. So of course there is no one answer that will fit all because there are millions of business around the world and most of businesses have specific needs. Even if we can see recurring patterns, there are some stuff that needs customization. And here I will help you from A to Z to determine how many pages, what pages you need actually. So there are core pages that we will see here. But the first step, if you don't know the answer to this question, is to feed the AI with the information of your business, and the AI will help you determine the pages and what we call the sitemap of your project. So what you will do if you didn't do it first is that you will create what we call a master prompt. So you can use this one. It's called Master Prompt Coach by Tiago Forte. This is really useful. It will help you. If you don't find it or you want to do it quick and dirty, I can say, but this will work, is that you will give the AI context. How you make the prompt doesn't matter. What matter is the context. So you will give information to the AI. So the products you have, the strategy you are actually using to build your business. It can be a local business, it can be a SaaS, it can be any type of business. You will give a maximum of information like you would do with a strategist, a marketing strategist, for example. So you will give all this information and you will ask the AI. So you can give a PDF or whatever here as a file, or you can also just copy paste it here. And at the end, you will do something like this, and you will ask, okay, uh, based on this information, give me a master prompt I can use across projects with AI. Ask me questions if needed for you to better creating this master prompt. So this is what you will ask the AI to after giving it your information. Then it will create a master prompt. You will copy paste this master prompt into a project. So for a project, you can go here, for example, for ChatGPT, you will create a project. So here we create a project. Okay, we created the project and we can add files. So you can add, for example, your PDF. You can, it's not here, it's add instructions, and you can copy paste your master prompt here as information about your business. And when you use ChatGPT, you will do it in your project here. You can do the same with Claude here that I prefer for this type of work. And you will do new project. What are you working on? And what are you trying to achieve? You create the project, and then you can give instructions or files here. This is the same thing. And then you will give your master prompt. So once you did it, now you can scope your project. You can ask in a new conversation, okay, I need to do a website. How many pages do I need? You will ask this to the AI, or what pages do I need to build my website? And then you will start with that. Once you have this base, you should have some clues and help with this video to know if it's good or not. You can go on octopus.do and Reloom to create what we call a sitemap. So the sitemap is something that looks like this. This is really important. because like this you can visually see what your website is about, and with this thing, for example, here you can write what you want for the context, services and stuff like that. You can create your little cards, so you can build the skeleton of each pages. So here it will always be the home page, and then the main pages here, like the about, products, services and stuff like this. And here maybe you will have your legal pages. So this is really useful. You have to do it if you want to know what you will do with your website properly. This is the process. You can do it also with Reloom. This is a great tool. If you use Webflow or React, or you will build it in Figma first. So you will do a new project. This is a bakery. So here you will tell what is your business. You don't have to use the AI from Reloom here, but this is just to give you a quick example of what it can looks. It will generate a sitemap here with information. Of course, you can move everything. You can write and change everything about us, product, blog. So you see the AI basically did already a good sitemap. Then here the advantage with Reloom, it can create your wireframe. Here it will take some time, so we will go back to it later. So this is the next step. So here again, you have the main pages that you need generally for your business. So the most important one, and I want you to know that you don't have to build everything at once. Okay, a website is a living object. Okay, so you can start small, then adding pages later. This is why you have your scope, you have your branding, and then you can build continuously through the years your website, or through the months. So first, of course, you have the homepage. This is mandatory. You can start any business with just a homepage. Okay, there is no problem with that. The only thing is, even with a homepage, you will have to build the legal pages, of course. The second page that is important is the products or services page. Maybe you have both product and services, so it will be 2 pages, but in general, it's one or the other. So this is the second most urgent page that you have to build. Then you have the about or team. So here, don't overcomplicate it. Put your about and your team in the same page. Don't create an about and a team page, okay? Unless you have very specific needs and a specific strategy with your SEO or whatever. But if you start your website, don't split this, and you will have more content into one page, and it will be easier for robots to crawl and for also people to see the information researched here. And then the last one that you will need generally is blog or news page. So this is the last. So if you have no real strategy and you don't know about your blog, just don't do blog. Okay, you can do it later when you have resources or time to do it. So the first 3 pages that you can build, and you don't have to do everything at once, you can do one by one, is the home, product or services, and the about team. And then you can see if you will build a blog or news. Of course, some businesses will require very specific pages, and this is why we scoped the project with AI, because you will know or have suggestions on pages needed here. So of course, you ask the AI when you start your website, what is the minimum viable number of pages that I should have, and maybe a version for later that is more dense. So you will have with those pages the needs for legal pages, and some are mandatory if you don't want trouble. So Of course, you can build without legal pages, but it's not because you don't see other businesses around you or business not having problem with that that it doesn't exist. Actually, there is a lot of businesses that get in trouble because they don't have those legal requirements. It's just a silent problem here on the web. But it happened by legal authorities and by also just people that are suing businesses. So the two one that you will really need is privacy policy and terms and conditions. This you have to build those pages. AI can help with that. Okay, this there is no problem with that. You feed the information of your business here. You can give more details about your product, how you manage stuff, etc. What tools you are using. You can ask AI to help you to build those pages before hiring a professional, for example, or a tool that you will help you. You have a tone here, like Termly here. I have no affiliation. It's just one of many. You can choose one if you want, but you don't have to pay for it first. So you have this. You can build a disclaimer page. This is recommended. Not all the websites are doing it, but if you have a bit of time, like just maybe 30 minutes to have one, it's good to have a disclaimer page. Like, for example, if you use affiliation links and stuff like that, to make disclaimers about maybe you are not responsible of the product delivery and stuff like that. The cookie policy, it's not for everybody, but honestly, maybe if you are a local baker in the US, maybe you will not need cookie policy and depend maybe on your state or whatsoever. But if you have visitors from around the world that for example European people or whatever, you will need the cookie policy. This is mandatory. So even if you are in a country without the need for cookie policy, do it, because if someone from another country needs it, you will have this requirement, and this can be a problem. But at first, there is no urgency for this, but you will probably need it soon. So always think about it, and to build one, you can get help with AI and other tools also. And then the refund and return policy, of course, if you sell product, like physical product mostly, but also digital products. But the first ones that you have to create is those two ones. This one, maybe it's better. And those two ones, you will have to think about it seriously. If you want more about it, I will left a link below in the description on this article from Termly that go through it into details. Of course, they show everything, and this is always interesting to know about it in detail, but don't fear about all the information. You can set priorities. Okay, they also want you to use Termly. So this is not a bad tool. They have good resources. This is a good tool. There are also other competitors that do the same, but just don't get scarce about it. Now we can just quickly see how Reloom did it. So you can see from the sitemap, we get the wireframe generated by AI. You can change everything here, everywhere. And you can even have a style guide here, and you see automatically it does this to just show how it can look with icons, with images and stuff like that. And you can export it to Figma, or you can export it directly to Webflow or with React components. So this is it for today. I hope this video will help you to know how many pages a good website should have. If you like this type of information for your business, you can subscribe and like this video, and maybe see you later. Bye bye.